gotta click the stop button. Oh.
Oh. I have two choices. Either A, I could be a man and man up to it and just tell you the truth at the end of the show that I fucked up, or B, I just don't tell you and the episode just never goes up. And I'm just like, he's just never gonna know. He's never gonna know. It's just I'm taking that directly with me to the grave. That's it. Going with me to the grave. Absolutely. Yep. Yep. That shit's getting buried with me. Twice. It's happened twice. It's happened twice. Since you're not asking, but you're looking at me like you want to ask, it's twice. It's twice. It's happened twice. Oh, all right. CD, listen, my man. This is gonna be fun. I have a lot of cool stuff I want to show you this week because I got some cool stuff.
Neat.
Some stuff, Jennifer, I know would love. In fact, I'll show you those first because I know she would love this. One sec, let me find them.
All right.
So these are two things I picked up. I've been wanting these. I haven't been able to get them until now. I finally had the resources to be able to make it happen. That is the Ace Attorney Apollo Justice collection and the Miles Edgeworth collection. Because
neat.
The Miles Edgeworth game is actually, I played the demo for that and I was like, oh, I'm back home. I'm back at it. But see, the thing is, these games the Miles Edgeworth games were like kind of unpopular when they first came out because people wanted the courtroom. They wanted the courtroom stuff. But the Miles Edgeworth game isn't that. It's not the courtroom stuff. It's the investigation stuff that he does prior to going.
More focused on the investigation. And is there a courtroom in it? Just probably a little at the end or something.
Yeah, it follows up, but it's a lot of like the investigation, and he has to make like
shifted.
He's making, you have to make like logical connections, like, oh, there's this, but wait, how could this have happened if it's like this now? Well, that means he must have done this. You know,
and you have to get the autopsy.
Well, you have to make sure it's updated. You know, you gotta make sure it's updated.
Exactly.
Have to make sure you have it updated at the proper time, just to fuck over a particular defense attorney, because you really gotta,
Who shall not be named.
Right, we won't name him. He doesn't need to be named. We're not gonna name him. We're not gonna go there. So I picked up a few other things, quite a few other things. First up, I'll talk about this one just because of the crossovers. Atelier Yumiya. Which I think you already knew I would have gotten this. I don't think I ever hit I was gonna pick this up, but oh god, dude, these Atelier games since Ryza have been fucking eaten out here. Just every one of them since like the first Ryza game have been incredible. I've loved every single one of them. All three of the Ryza games, and so far for what I played of this one, also pretty good. I'm kind of digging it, but the thing is, the games have now become a little bit more action-y. I don't want to say full on. It's not full on action game. But they have like action element. If you ever have a chance to look up how the combat looked in like Ryza, it was kind of time based. Like,
yeah, I played that one a little so far.
It was a little bit time based.
In a while, but yeah.
And that one took me a little. Okay, so fun story. This is the creative process of when I do games on my YouTube channel, right? I never played Ryza until I played it for my channel, right? So I get to the first like few episodes, and then combat happens. Now, I don't know what combat looks like in this fucking game, right? I've never done it.
Fumbling through it.
So like the first episode of combat, I'm like, okay, this is a little bit difficult. So the video ends, right? And I'm like, well, I got to learn this shit. Like I can't fumble my ass through combat. Like I can't do that. So I spend the next 2 hours getting good at combat, straight up trying to get good. And then somebody comments and they're like, wait a minute, episode 3, you were ass. In episode 4, suddenly you're good? He goes, I'm calling shenanigans. I'm like, bro, I practiced. I got
That's called
good.
Behind the scenes work.
Yeah, it's called get good, isn't it? Isn't that what that's called? The get good? I legit did the get good.
Yeah.
Because I think these games, the Atelier games have that habit of like, they have one of two ways. They have one of two ways they go, right? Either A, the game is a pretty solid line, maybe a couple of bumps difficulty-wise, but pretty much a solid line, right? Or, you know, they do that thing. that thing that that some of these games fucking love to do, where it's a solid line, nice solid progression. It's like gets a little difficult here and there, but it's mostly just a solid like this, like solid, a little bit, and then it's right, and then
that's the mountain. Okay.
Oh hey, what's that? That's crazy. What?
Hey. I didn't think Atelier was in the Lord of the Rings universe. Hey, Mount Doom.
Yeah, so it gets stupid. So I'm curious to see what this looks like. Reso wasn't too bad. It had like one or two moments. But if you're willing to get good at alchemy, you could pretty much bypass pretty much any difficult moment.
Which, I mean, kind of is the point with those games.
Yeah, with enough alchemy. It's
always a mixture between combat and the alchemy, which...
Yeah. With enough alchemy and a strong proclivity towards throwing explosives at things, you can dispatch like 90% of the problem. Like, okay, I lie to you not. The final boss in Atelier Ryza, the first game, I destroyed with bombs. Specifically, bombs. I absolutely obliterated this fucker with bombs. Like, cause they would have like this guard thing, right? This guard, like they have a guard break or whatever, right? Where they have posture and then enough damage to them, they go into like a weakened mode and you can do more damage. Bro, the bombs I created, I would throw one. This bitch would be instant staggered. Take like a fuck to the damage, and I'm like, yeah. I was the
you understood the assignment.
I was the guy from the Atlantis movie by Disney back in like the early 2000s, who was like, we're gonna need some explosives for that. How much are we gonna need? Nah, enough. I love it. So I got that. I also picked up Xenoblade Chronicles X. My mech game, the game with the big stompy robots. Couldn't miss out on that. Honestly, this is really good. I'm digging it. But see, I'm weird like that though, because I didn't mind like the Xenoblade game, like Xenoblade 2 and 3. Those were all like really fun games to me. I know people didn't like Xenoblade 2 because of the gacha thing, but I dug it. I feel like once you understood how the combat works in that game, the game is fucking amazing, dude. Because people are like, oh, it's too slow.
Honestly, you only needed the gacha if you really wanted many specific characters. I mean, yeah, sure, there were a lot of them, and if you wanted to collect them, you had to use the gacha a lot, but besides that, I mean, you could probably get through the game pretty much ignoring the gacha mostly.
So, picked up that. Okay, so these next three things I got because I got them from Play Asia because I really wanted them. There were some cool items. One is the Etrian Odyssey trilogy.
Okay.
The 3DS.
That's the same that's on Steam, where it's the original the 3DS or DS versions, or is that the enhanced versions?
I think
because the Steam ones are the originals.
These are the enhanced ones. I believe they're the enhanced one.
Okay, that's interesting.
So I grabbed this.
For some weird reason, they specifically released the originals on Steam and not the enhanced versions.
That's fucking weird. Why would you do that? What?
I have no idea.
Okay, these two I did because Okay, I'll be honest. I did it because I thought they were cool. Maybe I should. I don't know. I did it because I thought it was cool. And they had a box special editions of Mugen Souls from NIS. So Mugen Souls and Mugen Souls Z.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't help myself. And I really kind of like these games on PS3. So having a box copy of them for Switch, I thought was just too good to pass up. So yeah, I don't deny it. I bought me some stuff. And yes, I'm also, guys, I want to bring up, if you haven't seen it, I'll put it in the description, the Yumiya Tekken crossover.
Yeah.
It's probably the greatest dig at Tekken of all time. They knew, like, the fact like my favorite part of it isn't the fact that she throws it over the cliff. It's the fact that at the end, the camera zooms in and she slowly turns to the camera and smiles like Heihachi does at the end of Tekken 2.
Yeah, I mean, that was pretty much a frame-by-frame remake of that.
It zooms in and she's just like...
The only thing that was missing is her having a bit of more of an evil face, but obviously that wouldn't do with an Atelier main character.
So yeah, I grabbed them. I got all these. I have too many things to play. I've been playing like Suikoden. I played that during my last few doctor's visits when I'm waiting in the waiting room for like 20 to 30 minutes at a time. Just play me some Suikoden. Digging the shit out of that. Oh, shit. You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to include it because I know we're not talking about the Direct in this episode because there wasn't much that happened in the Direct. So I don't give a shit. Yeah. I'm going to talk about it. One, Devil Summoner. Oh, Rhino Kuzunoa is coming back, baby. My boy, Rhino Kuzunoa. He's getting, they're giving the first Devil Summoner game. They're calling it a remaster.
Both of them, I think. Both of them, I think it was 1 and 2. I think it was 1 plus 2. Wasn't it? Let's quickly check.
Just know Soulless Army, which is the first game.
Let's quickly check on that because I thought it was 1 plus 2, but I could be mistaken. Let's quickly check. Where was it in the list? Is it?
As far as I know, it's just.
Oh no, it was Mystery of the Soulless Army. Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's just
I was probably thinking of Patapon because of the 1 plus 2. Yeah.
So that got announced, which oh, fucking awesome! Oh, finally! Oh, of all the things I thought were gonna come back, I did not expect Devil Summoner to come back. That is awesome. Thank you. Finally some good news. Also, and I'm gonna bring this up mostly because I'm surprised at how quickly these are happening. Also was announced Legend of Heroes Trails Beyond the Horizon, which is the third game in the Daybreak series. Which I guess I'm more surprised by how quickly it's been announced. I think it's coming out this year.
Okay.
Which is kind of nutso, if you ask me. A little nutso. I wasn't expecting that. Something else that got announced I wasn't expecting. I don't know where I put it. I can't remember where chat I put it in or where I put it or if I even posted it in this Discord or not. I'm going to be really honest. I don't remember top of my head. But, oh shit, what was it? Oh, Trails in the Sky. That does have... I know it has a Canadian...
the first one.
Yeah, I know it has a Canadian site has it listed for the 28th of September. I don't know if that's the official date or if that's just a date that they're putting on it. But it's dated for the 28th of September.
In our RPG chatter.
Yeah.
You posted that in our RPG chatter channel.
Yeah. It has a date for the 28th
right before
of September 28th, so.
Yeah.
I am fucking hype. See, I can't, man. There's too fuck. September 28th. You know what else? Like shit, man. September 20. God damn it.
It's a good year. It's a good year in terms of releases. I mean, Metroid Prime 4 is still releasing this year. The Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D remakes are releasing this year.
Oh.
So yeah, there's gonna be enough to go around. The Gradius Origins collection is coming in August, which is also nice.
God damn it. I don't have time for this shit. I don't have enough hours in my fucking life. That's the problem. Not even in a day, just in my life. Generally speaking, day-to-day life, I don't have enough hours. If I never went back to work... Oh no. Why are you smiling, CD?
You can rest assured. Tomodachi Life is only releasing next year.
Oh. I heard about this. For a new Tomodachi, of course, because people need more ways to blow their life away. Now that since Animal Crossing is no longer like a current thing anymore, people need something new to focus their time onto. I swear to God, man. What's killing me about these directs lately is I don't always tune into them because usually they either come on super early in the morning, and I'm not waking up till like 10 or 11. Right?
That's what I found funny about Max's reaction, because he was entirely too tired during that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but okay. The thing is, like, Max is like a self-inflicted wound, though, because he's already up the night before streaming.
Yeah.
And then, like, he doesn't want to go to bed.
Come out earlier than usual, I think.
Yeah, he doesn't want to, like, go to bed, wake up again, and then come back and start streaming.
Naturally.
So, for him, it's just like, fuck it. I'm just going to have to commit to this and hope it's good. God damn it, man.
Yeah.
I can't deal with all these fucking video games, man. First world problems. I don't deny it. Fuck it. I'll say it out loud. Too many things for me to focus my time on.
Should we quickly mention the other game that caught your eye from the Direct? The 2D brawler.
Oh yeah. I forgot. Shit. Okay, so real talk. I didn't even know about this. I knew about this from two ways. One, I think I saw something on Facebook about like some post from someone I know that was linking to a trailer to this on Facebook. I'm like, oh, that looks. I first because I didn't.
Yeah,
I didn't.
This was not announced before. This was a completely new announcement.
Yeah, I didn't like. I thought at first when I saw like the picture for it, I'm like, oh, it must be like a like a mobile game or something.
A remaster of the old ones, or that.
A mobile game or something. But then I actually looked it up, and I'm like, oh. Nope. Oh, ain't this the most badass thing imaginable? God damn. And they got a nice looking cast, too.
Oh, yeah. And it's by the guys that made Shredder's Revenge, so that's looking good.
It's already going to be good.
That game was really good.
Yeah, Shredder's Revenge was awesome. And shout out to the rap track for the Shredder boss fight at the end of the game. Oh, so bro, if you listen to the lyrics, that rap track is written from Shredder's perspective. That shit is fucking dope.
Not surprised, but I'm gonna have to take that one a listen, because I don't think I had any time focusing on the music during that.
Oh yeah, no, the way the track is written, dude, it's Shredder like beefing with the turtles on this one. He's just like, why are these turtles constantly fucking with me? Which always brings me back to the 2000 series, where I always talk about this, where like Shredder didn't even care about the turtles until they started like. The turtle didn't know he existed. Shredder didn't know he existed until the turtles started fucking up with crime that just happened to be connected to Shredder. And Shredder's like, what the fuck is going on? Why are my heists getting fucked up?
Who the fuck are these guys?
Who's doing this? Wait, turtles?
Yep.
Like, greatest thing of all time, because it wasn't even like them being enemies in that particular context was accidental. It was incidental, really. Turtles just happened to be like fighting some crime that happened to mess with his plans.
Yeah, although there was a connection between Splinter and him, obviously, but beyond that, pretty much it started pretty much accidentally. It probably would have started at some point either way, but yeah.
This has a release date. This has a release date in 20. Oh, it's this year. Shit. Okay.
Holiday 2025.
Oh.
So yeah.
Well, shit. Okay. Never mind. Yeah. Okay. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and Saga Frontier 2 remastered also. Nice.
That dropped the same day.
That one was a shadow drop. That was absolute shadow drop.
God damn it! Fuck.
Uh-huh.
I don't have enough time for all these games.
And then we have our Switch 2 Direct next week.
I don't have time for this.
It's gonna be interesting to see if they announce a date for it, because rumors are obviously already swirling.
I'll be honest, like 100% honest with you, like no cap. This is like I don't even really pay attention to rumors. I was already expecting it to come out this year.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty sure, but I'm wondering if they announce a specific date.
Like if they give like an actual like date. Yeah, an actual
like pre-orders start now and it releases in whenever. Rumors pointed at July, but I wonder.
July?
That would be really early.
That's really July?
That would be really early.
They're dropping it in Okay, so I don't know if it's like this is the game industry. Games don't drop during the summer. Like
I don't think that's a big problem anymore.
I mean, whether or not it's a problem.
We have, for example, Monument Valley 3 that's releasing in summer, Luz Lagoon releasing in summer. I mean, at this point, any date is valid.
I'm just going by like historically what I've known. A lot of the big things don't drop during the summer. They drop like after January, like they drop like January, February, March, maybe April, and then you have the lull for the summer, and then by the time you get to October, then like the big stuff drops like October, November, and then nothing really drops.
Let's take a gander at what's currently known in terms of releases. Let's look around what we have announced around those. Let's see, April.
I will
May. Then
eat my
June. Let's see. What's official beginning of summer? That would
May.
Be...
June, I guess. Let's say May. June.
21st, June 21st. All right. So we have Master Answer to Heart remake. Yeah, there's Harvest Moon. There. That's the System Shock 2 remaster coming out there. We have Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 coming out in July 11th. The Patapon replay games come out in July. We have Stronghold Crusader, the definitive edition, coming out there. We have Shadow Labyrinth coming out there. We have Tales of the Shire, that doesn't matter. We have the Gradius Origins in August. We have Story of Seasons in August. We have the Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater coming out in August.
Okay, never mind. I was fucking wrong. No, that's all. That's all you have to say. Fuck it. You don't have to say anything else. You win. You got me. That's it. I concede. I would have fought you with everything else you said. I would have fought you tooth and nail to say I'm right. You won with the Metal Gear. I concede. I don't even really want to have this conversation anymore. You win. You win. I would.
I just wanted to make sure, and at this point, with the amount of releases we have per year, any date is valid.
Yeah. No, I would have fought you.
I could imagine them doing July, but I don't know. I mean, when did the Switch originally released? In May, I think. Right? Or what? No, that was March, wasn't it? Yeah, it was March. The Light came out in September, the OLED in October of its own year. Good question. I wonder when they're gonna do it. I wonder if they're gonna wait until holiday, but July might be a good point, because they Because they might have already delayed it internally, and originally they might have released it earlier, so they didn't want to delay it that much, maybe. But gonna be interesting because, and I think it's also not gonna be that far off because they did mention in the direct at the end with their new app that they're gonna put out daily news for the Switch too.
Oh, okay.
So
daily news.
Yeah. I mean, if they would put the Switch 2 into the holiday season, that would be really stretching daily news. So that to me kind of says, yeah, okay, July might be possible.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. You might be onto something.
Yeah, we'll see. It's gonna be interesting in any case, because depending on when it releases, that's also going to decide when I look at Xenoblade X, the definitive edition. I already have that in my shelf.
Ah, okay.
Because if the Switch 2 isn't that far off, I think I'll just hold off until I get it and play it on that.
Ah, see, I don't want to make that jump until they have like, cause if it's just gonna be another like LED screen, I would like a better screen. I've kind of gotten spoiled by the screen, honestly. For me, at least, I admit that might be a lame thing for me. I don't deny that.
I can see that. I can see that, but since I usually don't use it in portable mode, that's not going to be a big issue for me.
That's valid. That's valid. But yeah,
I'll probably set it up here on this monitor, and that's gonna do it for me because this one is an OLED anyway.
Very nice.
Because my old one kicked the bucket essentially.
Ooh. Oh, just burnout or just
the backlight burned out.
Ooh. I bet that was fun. I bet that was fun to sit down at your desk one day, turn on your PC
and just seeing a bar that's dark.
It's
like most of it was okay, but then I see that bar and yeah,
awesome, love it. Anyways, I feel bad. I took I incidentally hijacked like 30 minutes out the show, which is unintentional. Was not intending, but there were so many games and stuff I wanted to talk about. I just kind of let myself go. And honestly,
that's fine because I haven't been playing much myself either. Mainly just idle games and working a bit in Godot on my own little project. Also, small idle game.
I have like a couple little things going on in this room. I don't know if I can actually show you. One sec. Can I move it? All right. So I have a new TV stand now. There's a
right.
I got my sound. I got my sound bar and fuck. Now I'm gonna have to like readjust my fucking camera. Fuck. Yeah.
Don't have the stand fall.
Yeah, it's
gonna be
it's fine.
It's gonna be interesting on the video feed.
Yeah, it's gonna be fine. I'm fine. Yeah, I got a stand for it.
I think you mentioned that last time that you're gonna do that.
I finally got an entertainment stand. I can actually finally use a sound bar I bought for myself like a few years ago, but I didn't have the space for it. So I had put it in the living room, but my wife never used it. So I was like, well, when I get my stand, I'll finally use it. Now I'm actually using it, and it's fucking fantastic.
Cool.
Turns out
very nice.
I've been missing out on the it came with the subwoofer. I haven't used it because I'm on the second floor of an apartment building. I really don't want to be that guy. You know what I mean? I don't want to be that guy. I don't. I don't want to. I don't want to do
until
that.
You want to.
Yeah, until I choose to be that guy. I'd rather right now not be that guy. So other than
which brand is it? The soundbar?
LG.
Okay, yeah, that's a decent one. Those are usually decent, and I mean, before you probably just use the speakers from the TV, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's gonna be absolutely a massive difference.
Yeah, no, Yeah, I'm going from TV. I'm going from having mostly ever used this TV speakers to using this, and it's a
Yeah,
very
that's gonna be a massive difference.
decided difference. Not even.
Yeah.
One
because the TV speakers with those TVs just don't have any mass.
Yeah, they don't have much. And also one thing this soundbar has that a lot of ones don't have is so it uses eARC, right? So by default, it's going to take up one HDMI slot on my TV. Well, this one has a built-in HDMI slot that you can plug into, so you get back the one port that it took up.
So that's kind of like the TV itself. The TV can control the soundbar. I think something like that, right?
So I can like use my TV remote.
Yeah, so you can use volume up, volume down on the TV remote, and the soundbar gets louder and quieter.
Which is great, because I don't want to have another fucking remote. All right, to put into perspective how many remotes I would actually have if I had to do things that way. I have my Apple TV remote, right? I have my TV remote, like the normal TV remote, and then I'd have a soundbar remote specifically just for the fucking... No, fuck that. Absolutely not. That's 3 remotes. Bare minimum. And God forbid if I add anything else to this fucking nightmare setup of mine. I love it to death. It does a great job, but God, if I ever had to like switch remotes constantly, because I don't want to do that. Like,
nah. That's that would be more a case for a universal remote that you can add to the setup and configure.
Yeah, just have it control. I'd end up doing that at that point, because like right now I only have to keep 2 of the remotes, like the Apple TV remote primarily, and
that's fine. I'd
my
say.
Apple TV remote and my normal remote, but that's the normal remote. I only really use that for just switching inputs, like if I want to switch input.
Yeah,
to
switching inputs and volume change.
That's about it.
Pretty much.
It doesn't do anything else. I don't think I've used any of the smart TV functions on this TV for like the last like two-ish years since I put the Apple TV in here. I haven't needed it. Like that as a streaming box, that thing's fucking amazing, man. I don't think I've never had any trouble with it. It's fantastic. But yeah, that's all. That's it. This is all. I have finally got what I want over there now. Pretty much the way I want it. All I have left now is I'm gonna get this chair out of here and put a couch in here, like I used to. A new couch, not an older couch. A new couch in here, and I'll be done. I'll be done. I'll have officially reverted back to my pre-being sick days.
Very good.
You know, fucking 99 pounds and fucking miserable days. Okay. CD, I would like you to explain one of these stories for me, because I think you might have... I want you, CD.
I can try.
To do me a favor and explain the story with the comically large SEO website title.
Alrighty.
In fact, CD, why don't we tell them about
Why don't I read the title first? So we have here a PC Gamer article that is headlined, "The United Nations asked Helldivers to Studio Arrowhead if it gave a talk on psychological manipulation. Could we brainwash an entire community to fight for a fascist state? Would we be okay with that? Turns out, yeah." And that, no kidding, is the entire headline, which is pretty much also completely found in the URL.
So this is thing, guys, called search engine optimization, which oftentimes means that the URL to a page that is an article might have a specific title to it on the URL. And apparently these people did not understand, SEO optimization, and just full on copy pasted the name of the article as the URL. That is insanity. That is actually
This seems
insanity.
more like rage bait optimization.
Right? So
this entire thing is just stupid.
Go on, CD. we started.
Yeah, because the whole UN, United Nations thing that about the talk, that's whatever. But this whole article is kind of signposting as if players playing Helldivers 2 are getting brainwashed to fight for a fascist state, which is absolutely not the case.
Do you know what this is? Do you know what this is? This is somebody who watched Starship Troopers and
did not fucking understand it.
Yeah, and didn't realize that it was satire. Just didn't get it. Thought it was 100% genuine. Thought it was entirely what it was, a movie about bugs, about killing bugs, and didn't think a bit about it afterwards. And honestly, I wish I could make that up. But the people who worked on the movie have literally gone on record and said, yeah, we're surprised that anybody who watched this movie and thought it was genuine. Like, they're like, it was a dig. It was satire. That was the whole point. But there are people who watched this movie and went, yeah. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that makes sense.
The problem is also that some people do not understand what exactly is satirized in Starship Troopers. Because let's not go too deep into that. It's just because it's just a whole other mess of a topic.
Honestly, I always find it funny when I see articles like this. I'm just like, wow. So somebody was in the office that day. Was kind of bored. Yeah, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna go for broke on this one. Justin Wagner, I think you were bored. I think you were bored that day, and you were like, man, I gotta fill my quota for articles this month.
I'm not sure if this is what boredom gets us. I'm not sure.
You don't think this is boredom? I do. I feel like it's boredom. I don't know. I don't know how you could come up with this otherwise. Cause like I don't know. To me this entire thing just reads like someone was just sitting there, just I don't know, just sitting at his desk. Maybe watching a video, maybe watching a video about like Helldivers or something. It's like, huh? What if? What if? And then just said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna commit to this stupid idea for an article." Which, you know what? I know I give places like Kotaku and Polygon a little bit of guff sometimes about some of the stupid shit that comes out of their website. I don't deny that. I do it regularly. Huh? Yeah, deservedly.
Deservedly so.
I know I can be pretty aggressive towards them sometimes. But sometimes I gotta look, I sometimes like to go, PC Gamer doesn't strike me as doing that, And for the most part, PC Gamer doesn't put out stupid shit.
Not on this level, certainly.
Not like this, at least.
And they're far from perfect, but this is special. Because on initial read, you would also think that I am not quite sure how you pronounce him, the guy from Arrow at Pillerstedt, Johan Pillerstedt, the Arrowhead CEO. When you read this article, you get the impression that he has that view as well, that they are brainwashing their players. But then when I went to Twitter and saw what his replies to this were when people talked about it and tweeted at him as well, his statement was actually like, yeah, everyone's in on the joke and they're just role playing it. Which, yeah, that's exactly it. There
Yeah.
is no brainwashing. You're not really getting tricked into uh, being a totalitarian grunt. You're playing the game for fun. You're role playing it.
Yeah, this is the same thing that happened when Monster Hunter World came out, and people were like, "Monster Hunter World is tricking players into being into what to being
Right. Yeah.
anti-environmentalists."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like poachers and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm like, no,
Yeah.
no, that's
Completely
not.
missing the point.
That's not the point.
Mm-hmm. Even I know that, and I'm not a Monster Hunter player.
Yeah, and the thing is, Monster Hunter Wild like really
Mm-hmm.
dispenses that bullshit right out the window because you are told outright why you do what you
Mm-hmm.
do. Your hand, your hand is like, this monster's a fucking problem. We studied it
Mm-hmm.
now. You're authorized to go fucking kill it.
I mean, I guess Capcom saw what these people were saying about World and said, "Fuck it, we have to do this by with the subtlety of a 2x4."
I mean, unfortunately, sometimes you have to, man. I don't.
Mm-hmm.
I think I don't. I
Apparently.
don't even. The thing. I don't even think the writing. I don't even think that this is a case of like something being too subtle. I think sometimes people just
Mm-hmm.
choose to not.
Yeah,
People
it
choose to
doesn't
be
fit. It
dicks.
fit. Yeah, they ignore it for to and interpret it in so that it supports their agenda, or they're just uh, they're just in on their own thing. They just don't want to rage bait it, and they're not genuine in their complaints. Whatever. Yeah, happens often enough.
It's crazy. It's. I was gonna say crazy, but at this point, I'm kind of fucking used to it.
Eh,
Bad faith
at
arguments seem
this
to
point,
happen all
it's
the fucking
normal.
time.
At this point, it's normal all around. Happens left side, right side, top side, down side. Happens everywhere. On all
I, I,
kinds of
I
the
guess
on all parts of the aisle.
I guess what gets me sometimes is like sometimes it's just so obvious that it's just a bad faith. Like you're not even trying to hide. That's the thing. It's
Mm-hmm.
one thing if you have a bad faith argument, but like you try to be convincing. Like you try
You
to be
actually
convincing
put in
about
the
it.
effort.
Right. Like it's bad faith,
Mm-hmm.
but like at least you're convincing
Yeah.
about it. Sometimes these people are just like, no, this is my argument. Like,
Yeah.
really?
Hmm.
That's your argument, huh? Huh? And then when they get caught, they're like, oh, well, I
Yeah.
couldn't edit the article, I couldn't take it down because the back end was down, and
Sure.
I couldn't edit it
Mm-hmm.
the entire weekend. Just couldn't do it. I had to wait for
Mm-hmm.
approval to take it down or edit the
Yeah.
article. Couldn't do it. No.
Mm-hmm. I
I mean,
had
yeah,
wax in my ears. I didn't quite understand the lyrics.
yeah, like I never said that I was 100% sure it was a slur, but it sounded like a slur. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
promise.
And it was published prematurely because my editor just published it, and I didn't want that.
Right,
No.
you're yeah.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Yeah, of course.
Sure.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, we're going to talk about Ubisoft, ladies and gentlemen. Fucking Ubisoft.
If
This
we
is
have
great.
to.
I'll be honest. I'm only talking about this because, all right. So,
Mm-hmm.
a YouTuber I watch had mentioned about Ubisoft, and like I want to say about 5 days before this news dropped, he called it
Mm-hmm.
in his video. He's like, "This is what I think will happen at some point," and he explains himself.
Mm-hmm.
And then like 5 days later, the news dropped. He goes, "Damn." He's like, "Damn, 5 days. Damn."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm.
He's like,
Yeah, at
"Man, I."
that point, probably some murmurings were around already. But yeah,
So
that's a good call anyway. Mm.
basically, the Guimont family has had
Gimo. Yeah.
the Guimont family has had a pretty line share of Ubisoft. So they've been pretty much in charge of Ubisoft.
Yep. They have a
And
controlling interest. Mm-hmm.
and part of this has been one there's a very strong sentiment that they should not be in charge of Ubisoft anymore. And
yeah,
also,
that's been a growing sentiment.
And also, due to the growing trouble that they're having developmentally and financially, Tencent wants more share in the company, right? But the that family does not want them to have more shares. They don't want to give up their overall majority by giving them more shares. They don't want to like lessen their majority. So this is pretty much where they've been up until now. Tencent wants more, they don't want to give it up, and Ubisoft has been continually crashing and burning for the last, I'll be generous and say 10 years. 10 years? I say 10. I say decade. I don't really think they've done...
When was Valhalla? I think
2020?
It goes up to Valhalla. No, I think Valhalla was earlier. Although, no, actually, yeah, 2020.
Yeah,
until then they were decently fine because Valhalla was still a great income for them. That was the best seller at that point of the series, and I think that's pretty much when their downturn happened financially. But internally, in terms of development, in terms of controversy and such, yeah, they've been having problems for a long time. That's true.
So one of the things that have happened is that it's mentioned here in terms of this partnership are straightforward. We establish a dedicated subsidiary within Ubisoft that will bring together our three most powerful franchises. We'll gather teams. So basically, it's Tencent will be a 25% shareholder in the subsidiary.
Yes.
Which I think this also means that they not only have their shares within Ubisoft itself, they have a 20% stake in this subsidiary, right? Because the subsidiary is basically an offshoot of the company, right? It's a separate company that's associated. So not only do they have their share in Ubisoft, they have their share, which is 1/4, which is no small. That's no small cake right there. 1/4 of anything is already a pretty sizable amount to relinquish.
Yes. Although I think the share in Ubisoft themselves that Tencent have is, I think, pretty small from what I remember. Yeah, 9.99%. That's not that much. But yeah, definitely there was definitely the subsidiary that definitely has a significantly higher percentage, which is going to be interesting because the subsidiary also now holds the IPs themselves, and it's not directly, not necessarily directly Ubisoft that has those. Although they probably still register, the IPs are probably still registered with Ubisoft themselves, but this might mean they have that the Guillemot people have a little less direct control over the IPs, potentially.
Maybe, but the thing is, and I don't like when it comes to Ubisoft's primary franchises, like their pillars, I guess. I don't. I mean, aside from like them sometimes going a little bit overboard with the patented Ubisoft game design for some of their games. You know what I mean by the patented Ubisoft game design. They have a thing that they do. Aside from them going a little bit too hard on that sometimes, I think the big thing that just needs to happen is someone just needs to fucking start slapping these upper heads, just slapping them over the head with the newspaper once in a while, telling them to stay on track. Stay, pick a fucking lane, dude, and stay in it. Because what's crazy about Ubisoft is, from what I've always heard, what I've heard is, it's like they'll start something and then somebody up top will be like, no, we have to do this. This is what's big right now. We have to do this.
And then,
then they divert to
like that NFT game.
Yeah, and then they divert to that, and that fucking flops. So now you just blew a bunch of money trying to make that a thing. It's like, the thing is, if they could just fucking if these companies could just figure out what the fuck they want to actually do and not chase trends, I get it. You know, you guys see money being made, and of course, in the words of Dan Olson, the line has to go up. So you know,
yeah. And it's not even just chasing trends; it's also they have to really focus in on not going overboard with their existing games, because the newest Assassin's Creed has a credits video that goes on for 2 hours. I think it was more than 2 hours. I think it's I think it was now it now has essentially the record for longest credits video. So I think it was it must have been more than 2 hours. It must have been around 4 probably, because I think the previous one was 3 hours and something.
I'm trying to think of all the games.
No, it's 2 hours and 6 minutes. Yeah, 2 hours and 6 minutes.
Did they just list every fucking person?
They list everyone. Yeah, they credit everyone, pretty much. Which is a good thing. Don't get me wrong, but when you have a credits that long, that tells me that too many people are involved in the whole project, especially when you take into account how long the project is going on.
Yeah,
so it's just
because that potentially means that either A, the staffing required to make this game was fucking immense, or B, and I feel like this could be equally as equally as possible. You turned over so often that the amount of staff that came in and out working on this game caused this. I think they're both equally possible. Like, I could definitely see it. Like, these companies are constantly laying off staff. It wouldn't surprise me to imagine that, like, staff are getting churned and crunched through, and then you have to replace them because you have holes in your fucking workforce. You have to put new people in. Then those people eventually burn the fuck out because, let's face it, 14-hour days, 6 days a week can't possibly be good for your mental fucking health. Like, put into perspective, CD, I only occasionally had to work 10-hour days at my last job, and that shit stressed me the fuck out. That shit stressed me the fuck out. And I only did that shit like once in a while.
And there's a reason why 10 hours of work per day is the maximum legally allowed here.
Oh, really?
Yep.
It's not great when your country gives a shit about
about workers. When you actually have laws around that.
Oh man, I can't imagine. I can't imagine the concept. Oh, goodness sakes.
But at least your state isn't right to work, right? But your state at least isn't right to work, right?
Let me double check.
Because I don't have that list in my noggin.
It is not a right to work.
Yeah, because that would be even worse.
Phew, had to double check. God damn.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. I think that is basically it for the show. Honestly, it's been
focused
good.
more on our stuff this time, which is good. Focused more on our stuff this time.
Yeah, admittedly, I had a lot I wanted to speak
on.
But
at least naturally, and it's also the shit show of the industry hasn't been burning that high.
It's amazing. It is great. It is so nice to jump onto the intertubes and not see a burning trash fire of the industry that I am associated with, unfortunately, by choice. Yeah. I choose to be a part of this nonsense at this point. Like, fuck it. Might as well log on and see if the industry's gonna burn itself down today. Love that. Love that a lot. Thanks.
Like the daily check. It's like the daily check. You pull up your blinders and see and measure. How high is the trash fire burning today? Is it 1 meter, 2?
There was a line out of the Fallout show that I love. There's a moment out of the Fallout show I love a lot, which before the bombs drop, and the guy's talking to his daughter. He's like, "Remember, I heard from a friend. If you see an explosion, put it to your thumb, and if it's larger than your thumb, if it's smaller than your thumb, run." And she's like, "What if it's larger than your thumb?" And he's like, "Then it
doesn't matter anymore."
She's like, "Then it's probably too late. It's probably too late to run." And then the bomb goes off, and he hasn't noticed, and the little girl's like this, and she's like, "Is it your thumb or mine?"
And it probably was even larger than his thumb.
Yeah, she's like, "Is it your thumb or mine?" Close. And he looks, and he's like, "Oh fuck." That's one of those pieces of advice that you're given that you never actually think you need to elaborate. Like, someone gives you that piece of advice, and you're like, "Oh, that's cool, whatever." And then it actually happens, and you're like, "Fuck, maybe I should have asked a couple of follow-up questions to this random piece of advice my friend gave me."
When it's a Fallout show, yeah, I mean, it's pretty natural that it would need follow-up questions.
Maybe I should have.
I haven't seen the show myself, but it's supposed to be pretty good, so yeah.
Yeah, maybe I should have potentially asked a couple of follow-up questions to this random piece of advice my friend gave me, such as, "Why do you know this?" And on top of that, whose thumb? The adult's thumb or the kid's thumb who just saw it?
Or a super mutant's thumb?
Yeah, or a super mutant. Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. I hadn't thought about that till now, actually. Shit. All right, that's it. I'm not gonna go on a tangent about Fallout. Believe me, none of you want that right now. I promise. None of you genuinely want that from me today. Plus,
none of you are prepared for the fallout from that.
Yeah, no, not at all. Not to mention, I still got like a video to get done today. I didn't get anything done today prior to this episode because I woke up, got breakfast, and it was already like pushing like 12:30, 12:45, and then I'm like, "Oops, I have a show to do at 2. I'm not getting anything done until after. All right, am I?" Nope, not me. Anyways, everybody, hope you've enjoyed the show. As always, you can find this podcast on a variety of podcasting platforms like Apple, Google, and Spotify, and YouTube. In both a video form and a podcasting form via YouTube Music, which will be posted every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Please, as long as we have the show, it will be posted by then. I will guarantee that. Yes. And I don't know, guys. Play some fucking video games. I don't know what y'all playing these days. I got plenty to play. If I got stuff to play, I know you do. All right. Fucking
the list is long.
I see you, motherfuckers. I know. Don't sit there and be like, "Oh, Reso, but my backlog is cleared. I cleared my backlog like 6 months ago." The fuck you did. The fuck you did. You did not clear. Don't look at me like that. You did not clear that backlog. You know that backlog is not clear. You still got like 7 games sitting on that bitch that you just ignoring. Get to work.
If it's just 7. 7,
and
8,
if
9.
If you're a PC gamer and you have Steam, I know sure as fuck your backlog is not clear.